loved ones. I'm here in the mountains today to check out the Snugpak Ionosphere. It's a bit windy. That's alright, you know, it's got rain. Yeah, it's so cramped in here. Hello you guys, so it is mid-October, autumn. My favourite is actually Friday the 13th today. Unlucky for some, but I'm here to try the Snugpak Ionosphere today. It looks to me like a hooped bivy on steroids. I'm not sure I entirely see the point because it's 1.2 kilos and I've got tents that are the same weight or less than that even that I can sit up in. So I don't know, but we'll stick it up, have a look and see what it's all about. The wind's coming from that direction, so I'm gonna have my door facing over that way. Hopefully we'll be a little bit sheltered. So here we've got pegs, 2 little poles, and the tent which pitches inner first, which I don't think is ideal, but there you go. That's the inner, pegged in at the corners. If it was raining, this whole tent is going to be completely soaked already. Yeah, not a fan of inner pitch tents for that reason. It's so often raining. And these just go into the eyelets here, like that. Yay! Okay, that's taking shape, good. So the fly goes on with Velcro. It attaches to the poles somehow. Okay, that is the tent basically up now, which is always a relief in this wind. So I just got to go around now and guy it in properly, make sure it's nice and secure, and hopefully it won't take off during the night. So I'm guessing this guy line goes through here and that sort of lifts that up a little bit at the head end, and then just guy the bottom out here. Oh, like that. Yeah. So I think that is the little tent pretty much up. It looks okay. It's very, very low profile. I think it's only about 75 centimeters high, so I'm not going to be able to sit up in it, but that's okay. Could be a cool little stealth shelter. So let's have a look inside. So we can peg back the 2 doors of the mesh inner and the outer. Nice and handy. Oh, hello tiny house. I think this will be okay, you know. And I specifically picked this really exposed spot so that we could test it out in some wind, see how it does. So this is a 1-person shelter, but Snugpak say that it will take 2 people in an emergency. So I brought a friend today. So this here is Frank, and he's going to help me test out this tent today. Cheers, Frank. All right, let's see how we both fit inside. Come on, Frank. Oh yeah, that's all right, you know. We both fit okay in here. In an emergency, we'd be okay. You wouldn't fit 2 air mattresses in here, but you can fit 2 people. I'm just going to lay here and have a rest a minute. That was knackering. It's such a nice feeling to get your tent pitched and sorted. And I'm really glad it's not raining now. Another thing that I wonder about with this tent is that there's no vestibule or anything like that. So if it was raining, it'd just be coming straight down into the door and I'd be getting soaked. So I guess you'd have to just stay in it with the door shut, which would be very claustrophobic. And of course you could bring a tarp to go over the top. I have bought one just in case, but it's too windy, I think, today anyway. We'll see if we get some rain, how it fares. I can't imagine it being overly pleasant. Right, let's sort the stuff out. Light AF mat today. Thermarest X-Therm Max Regular. Leviathan OEX 900. Bivy bag in case of leakage. Oh, bloody hell. And then, of course, what do you do with your rucksack? Because there's no vestibule, I guess, could you stick it in here between the fly and the inner? Maybe. I'm on a tiny bit of a slope, so I'm going to put my rucksack in under my bed at the head end, and that'll prop me up a little bit. Everything's in. Where do you put a light though? Is there anywhere to put a light? I don't think there is anywhere to put a light actually. Just put one on the outside for now. Cooking without a vestibule in the wind might be a bit of a nightmare. I haven't got a windbreak. See if we can fashion one with me rucksack. Right. That needs to be the other way, doesn't it? I've got an amazing chicken curry, which I am so excited about. I'm so hungry, so I'm gonna have this and then we'll talk about some specs of this tent. Yeah, it's definitely a little bit of rain. If it could wait until I've had my dinner. Can't even eat because like there's just no shelter. Not actually raining. This is absolutely heavenly. Homemade chicken tikka masala. Oh, it's warming my soul right now. So good. Yeah. We've got rain. I didn't get to finish my dinner. Yeah, it's so cramped in here. I can't sit up. The rain has passed by, so that's good because it's like being in a coffin in there. It's coffin camping. So the wind speed at the moment, I got one of those little wind speed measurer things, is topping out at 27 kilometers per hour. So that's fine. The tent, if you can call it a tent, is holding up fine to that. I have to say my experience so far with it is that it's kind of annoying. It's so hard to do anything and I've only had a brief shower and I just don't know where any of my stuff is. It's like a jumbled mess in there. But I can see that if I used it on a fair weather day and it was nice and warm and dry and still, it'd be great because it'd just be like a little pod just to go to sleep in. But when you've kind of got to live in it, because the weather's not good, it's not the best, to be honest with you. But that being said, let's have a little look at some specs. So this is a one-person tent that can take 2 people in an emergency, although you're not going to get 2 mats in here. It pitches inner first, which again isn't ideal in bad weather, and it's got a fully enclosed inner mesh, so you can keep all the bugs out and the mesh is attached to the floor. It weighs 1.2 kilos and the fabric of the outer and the bathtub floor have a 5,000 hydrostatic head rating. The seams are taped, so it should be completely waterproof, although I don't know yet how it's going to do condensation wise, and there is just one door which is tiny, and if you want to sit up you have to sit in the doorway. The length of the inner of the tent is 240 centimeters and it's got a really low profile height of just 75 centimeters, so if you want to hide behind a bush, this would be great. It's supplied with 16 lightweight alloy tent pegs, that's 14 apparently that you need to put it up with, and 2 spares. Now I got through not only all 16 but the extra ones that I bought just in case as well, so I don't know if I've pitched it wrong. I think maybe the inner and the outer are supposed to be attached by the same peg in places and I've used separate pegs because it went up easier with separate pegs, so I'd recommend bringing some extras. And I swear it said on the box that it has 10 pockets inside, which I thought was really cool because my stuff's everywhere and I could do with organising it a bit, but I can only see 2 pockets, so I don't know what's happened there, if I'm missing some pockets or what, but yeah, I'm sure there's not 10 pockets in here. So yeah, this is classed as a tent. I personally would class it as a glorified hooped bivy. I think you should be able to sit up in a tent, which you can't in this, but that's fine. I'm having fun nonetheless. Quite an adventure to try something new. It's a bit chilly tonight. It's 9 degrees, but it feels pretty brisk in that wind. And it's the new moon tonight, so it's filthy dark. And if the clouds clear, we should get some really beautiful stars. Oh yeah, forgot I bought cake. Oh, that's amazing. We're under a sky full of stars. A rainy sky full of stars. Kind of got both at the moment. It's absolutely beautiful. And I just caught a 37 km/h gust on that little windometer thing. It's great fun, that is. I love it. My friend Ash got that for me. Ash of Ash Outdoors UK, by the way. Thank you, Ash. So I think I'm gonna have me bedtime drinky and my chocolate cake and get to bed. Okay. Good night, guys. door doesn't want to shut. Oh, it's stuck in the thing. Okay. Oh, it's shut. I'm in. I finally got my bed sorted. Sort of got my stuff sorted out, which is no easy task in this tiny space. But yeah, I'm comfy and cozy. I feel nice and snug, and I don't really have any concerns about this getting busted up by the wind or anything. I just don't think it will. It's so low. It's pretty sturdy. Yeah, it's all good. And I'll see you guys in the morning. Bye! Good morning. What a beautiful morning it is. It's so gorgeous. I'm loving just sitting here looking at the mountains and all the layers and the sunlight. Sometimes you can have a pretty uncomfortable night, but then the morning rewards you with something pretty special. I think I will have to come out again with this little tent type bivy thing and try it in some nicer weather, because it'll be a totally different experience, I think, to what I had last night. So I slept pretty well last night, about 6 hours. There was rain on and off, which is quite loud on the tent, but it does make you feel nice and cozy. And there was no condensation at all this morning, which is great, but I think that's because it is a little bit breezy in there. The wind sort of comes in under the inner, through the mesh and through the tent a little bit. Nothing major, but just something to bear in mind. I was glad to have my bivy bag over my sleeping bag, just as another layer of insulation to keep the wind out. Look at that, that's a tick in my tent. These things are evil, so I'm gonna have a good check over in a minute. So yeah, this little tent took the wind just fine, no issues whatsoever there. I think with it being so low profile and having a smaller surface area to bigger tents, that it's actually quite robust and it will do quite well in wind. I'll have to get it out in some gale force sometime and see how it does, but I'm pretty confident that this will hold up pretty well. And it did rain on and off all through the night, and there's not been a single leak, which is amazing, because so many things that I buy lately just leak, or they need seam sealing, or they're just not waterproof. So this is the first thing in a while that's actually been waterproof. I also was a little bit unprepared and I didn't get the footprint for this. I don't know if you can get a footprint actually, I'm assuming you probably can, but no water's come through the ground sheet either, so that's great. And I might have found it quite annoying. I don't like not being able to sit up, and I don't like not being able to sort out all my stuff and be organised, and it felt a bit chaotic. It also gave me a bit of a neck ache, having to contort into all sorts of funny positions to do anything inside the tent, but it kept me safe and it kept me dry. So for what it is, it works perfectly well. And you can also use this without the rainfly as a bug net, which I imagine would be gorgeous on a summer night under the stars. Not such a good idea in the rain though. Yeah, that's about it really. I'm gonna get packed up now and get going. Thank you so much for watching this little video, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye. Frank said he slept okay, but he's feeling a bit deflated.
Give me a break.